In today's video, we are going to create this stretchy text animation with the help of expression. This is really easy, and as you know, making this type of animations usually takes time. But in this video, we are going to do it less than 10 minutes. Well, a huge shout out to Luca, who originally came with the concept. Now, let's continue. Alright, so here we are inside of Adobe After Effects, and now let's begin. So I'm just gonna create a new composition, and I'm gonna call it main. The width and height is set on 9020 by 1080, and remember this width and height, we're gonna need it in this video, and I'm gonna hit OK. Alright, so on the first step, I'm just gonna design my text. So I need 4 texts with 4 backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna go towards the type tool and I'm gonna write start. And let's just go towards the align tab, align it to the middle, and let's just play with the size a bit. Great, that is good. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to create a new solid layer, and I'm going to add a fill effect, and let's just change its color to a blue color. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to hold Ctrl plus Shift plus C to pre-compose it, and I'm going to hit enter. Now I'm just going to hide this text, and I'm going to start with the second text. So I'm just going to write the word make, and let's just align it to the middle as well. I think this should be good. Alrighty, and let's create a new solid layer again. Let's just add a fill effect. This time let's just set it on purple. Great, and now let's pre-compose it again, and let's just hide it, and let's go towards the third text. Alright, so here are the 4 compositions that I have, and for the next step I need to replace them in the main comp. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna turn the scale to 50%, and then I'm just gonna turn on the snapping, so it would be easier for me to sort of snap it to the composition. So I'm just gonna quickly snap it towards the comps. Great, so here's the design that we have in here. Alright, so on the next step, we need to create a null and we need to add an expression. So in that way, we control the stretching of these 4 texts. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to create a new null object. And let's just rename this one to top left. And the second comp is going to be top right. And the third one is going to be bottom left. And the last one is going to be bottom right. Alright, now one important thing in here is that we need to fix the anchor points before we add the expression, because right now, as you see, we have set the anchor point on the middle. So if we want to stretch the text, as you see, it will stretch it from the middle. So that is not what we want. So we want to set the anchor point at the corner of the main composition. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna set this anchor point at the bottom right corner, and this one I'm gonna push it in bottom left, the first one right, top right, and the last one, of course, I'm just gonna push it towards the top left. Alright, now it is time to add the expression. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna press P to reveal the position, and the way we are going to add this expression is that we want to parent the scale of each composition to the position of the null. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to separate the dimensions for this null, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to hold Alt and I'm going to click on the scale to set an expression. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to parent this scale to the X position. So as you see, After Effects wrote an expression, but it is not sort of good, so we need to tweak it a bit. So on the first step, I need to define what is the X position and what is the Y position. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna write the temp X. So this basically means the X value. And then I'm just gonna tell the After Effects that these are my variables. So X and Y are my variables. and X, as you see, now performs the position of the X. However, I need to add a Y position for the scale. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna press enter one more time, and then on the line 2, what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna pick with the scale to the Y position. So as you see, After Effects wrote another composition, but we need to tell After Effects this is the Y coordinates. So I'm just gonna write temp Y and space, and I'm gonna write an equal, and then one more space, and this is really important. Finish your expression with a semicolon. So as you see, we will have something like this, but immediately, as you see now, our scale has changed to the coordinates of the X and Y position of the null. Now we want this scale to be related to this null, but also at the same time we want these scale numbers to be a percentage of this null, not actual numbers. So in order to fix that, what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna go towards the expression, and I'm gonna divide the expression by the width of the main composition, which it was 9020 by 1080. So I'm just gonna divide the X coordinates by 9020, which is the width of the composition, and then I'm just gonna divide it by 1080, and which is the height of the composition. And as soon as I do that, you will see that it will turn into 0.5%, which is exactly not what we want. But now if I multiply this number to 100, it will turn into 50%, which is exactly what we want. So I'm just gonna write a multiply 100 on both X and Y coordinates. So now as you see, it will turn into 50%, which was exactly what we wanted. So now if I start to change, as you see, it works correctly. So this is the first one. Alright, so this was the first expression, but one thing that we need to keep in our mind is that the formula will change for each comp. So for example, if I select the second one, and let's open the position as well, and what I'm going to do is that let's just get the expression from the first comp, and then I'm just gonna hold Alt and I'm gonna paste it. Now as you see, if I start to change the null, as you see, it will sort of get subtracted. So, and the reason for that is if I want to, for example, push it towards left, and the second comp should stretch more. So how are we going to fix that problem? So in order to fix that problem, what we need to do is that we need to add a 100 minus at the beginning of the X comp. So if I do that now, as you see, this will fix the issue that we have in here. Now same as the second one, and I'm just gonna press S, and let's just see the null. And this time, as you see, this happened on the Y-axis, so I just need to add the 100 minus for the bottom left. So as you see, this will fix the issue. And for the last one, we need to actually add it for both X and Y. So I'm just gonna write 100 minus, 100 minus, and then let's press U. So now as you see, it works correctly. Now let's just set a keyframe on position, and then let's go towards 1 second, and let's just push it towards here, and then let's just push it towards here, and then towards here. And lastly, let's just finish the loop. And I'm gonna select the keyframes, I'm gonna press F9, and let's set the easings on 75%. So as you see, we have made a stretching text with the help of expression, which was really easy. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave out a like and subscribe to the channel, as it would help me out a lot for the future content. Thank you so much. Goodbye.